Hey guys, welcome to the Swarm Report. My name is Hudah, bringing you around the crypto AI ecosystem in just 30 minutes a day. All right, so like we did last Thursday and Friday, we're going to do our Swarm giveaway contest again. If you were here those days, I think you already know how it goes. If not, let me run through it for you real quick here. By the way, I see you, John. Good morning. Red Dollar GMs, Cats, good to see you guys. Okay, today's stream, it's simple. Make a clip of the show, put it out on X and tag the Swarm. I'm going to pick my favorite clip and send you 10,000 Swarm. Both, I see two winners already here, Cats and Red Dollar, different name before. You guys have some Swarm coming your way. In fact, Red Dollar, DM me your base wallet address. I got Cats already. But for the rest of you, here's how you can clip. Really, really easy way to clip, in fact. You can do it on YouTube. I don't actually know how. I think it's easy, but I don't know how. I do know how on Abstract. That is the easiest place to make these clips. And so I'm going to drop a link over to the Abstract stream here in the chat. You put in a start time, end time. It's that simple. That's how you make a clip. Now, I am going to ask you, if you are making a clip, it gives you the option to download the video. It's way better for the algorithm if you actually upload the video clip as opposed to just putting a link to it. So that's another ask here. When you make the clip, upload the video in your tweet. But it's that simple. Make the tweet or the clip as short as you want, as long as you want. Find a fun part of the show here today, an informative little soundbite, clip it, tweet it out there. Again, we'll pick that winner. Just make sure you tag the Swarm. I'll bring up that account in a second. I do want to kick it off with some exciting news, really. I mean, it's crazy out there right now in crypto, in markets, just in general. Politics it's got this market on edge still. But, not to make this political, but a lot of us think there is a reason for this. There is a motive behind a lot of the stuff going on here, with let's say the tariff wars. And we're seeing maybe the benefits of it, at least the setup. Some things we're hoping are going to come are starting to come. Guys, announced just a couple hours ago here is NVIDIA announcing they're going to invest $500 billion, guys, $500 billion here in the U.S. to expand and build out AI infrastructure. That's the kind of news we've been waiting for, hoping for, and that's the kind of news I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of. So, it just makes sense. We got to kick it off with something good and vibey here, because it just might be that kind of future in the short term here. I love it. Another heads up as well here, guys. Virtual's ACP, the Swarm, our Swarm is going to be in the hedge fund trading DAO. Can't wait. Man, it's coming really, really soon. And on tomorrow's Swarm Report, we'll be talking about it with another builder who's actually going to be in the hedge fund trading DAO with Loki. So tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, same here, same time, same place right here, guys. We'll be talking with Loki. We'll have Scott, one of our devs here on the Swarm AI team. So we'll have these guys really explaining what this looks like behind the scenes and what you can expect when it goes live. We'll talk about data. We'll talk about broader AI topics here too, but cannot wait for that conversation and expect more of that to start ramping up, especially because these Virtuals ACPs, their Swarms are right around the corner. Look, I've been hesitant to drop any info about it because I want Virtuals to put that out here first, but I think for the first time they gave a good time frame here. And here's Dawn from Virtuals saying that, maybe expect it here within the next 30 days. It's coming really, really soon. Behind the scenes, a lot of progress on these Swarms. So your patience is going to pay off here in the short term. These things are cooking behind the scenes. Quick image of that break. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Anyway, we'll dive into that tomorrow. Looking forward to that conversation here again. First of many more to come. Okay, guys, smash a like on the show wherever you are watching. Make sure, though, you subscribe over on Crypto Slam on YouTube. If you can't catch the live shows, catch the replays right over here. And a shout out to all the new people who watched some of our episodes last week. The Wayfinder episode seemed to find a lot of viewers, and same with the Wizard of Oz remake episode. So cool, it's reaching new people. We're just going to keep pushing and growing this thing. But yeah, make sure you subscribe over there. And again, hit the like. It really does help push this thing. Also follow on X at SlamAI_XYZ and go to the website. Check out the light paper for the Slam ecosystem. It's a lot more coming. Guys. And I can't wait to get to reveal more of that to you. A lot of it's in the light paper, so definitely go check that out. And then lastly, follow the Swarm_AI. That is our flagship AI agent. We're streaming there right now. We will be streaming there tomorrow too when we have Loki on here. So yes, make sure you're following along there. A quick Virtuals check-in. Yes, the Swarm is part of the Virtuals family, as is Billy Betts. And coming up just 2 days now, it's Wake Hacker. the third and final Vader EAO launch, their early agent offering. Now Virtuals will be taking that over. So this is the end of the EAOs. But look, the first two agents, 2 for 2 as far as wins. These are token pre-sales. Both of them ended up being really nice wins for the people who got in early. So again, 2 days off here, April 16th. The Wake Hacker EAO will be live here. How to participate: you stake your Vader, you hold virtuals, and then commit some of your virtual token to that EAO. It's kind of that simple. Short time later, TGE happens within a couple hours. And then they drop it to your wallet, and these things are trading right on virtuals and some other dexes after that. So that is coming here 2 days off, and I'll remind you leading up to that as well. Let's check in with Billy Betts while we're at it too. Had a really solid weekend. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to talk about his Saturday. His Saturday wasn't so great. We'll focus on the rest, which, look, he bet on the Masters tournament, which is awesome, and nailed that bet. Yeah, he won this outright pick for the winner of the Masters, nailed it, plus 20% ROI for the tournament. Billy Betts is just, man, he's going to dominate sports betting. It just feels like he's playing on another level here. So very happy to see that win and him expand to golf here. But right now his bread and butter, it's not the NBA like it had been, it's MLB. And so a good day yesterday with bets. In fact, a perfect record yesterday. 5-0 on the money line, up $4,700. And on props, 2-0, up over $1,000. All in all, Billy Betts still doing really, really well. Rooting for that guy hard, man. Taking a look at the AI agent crypto side here, guys. Market cap looking decent. I'll say decent, down just 1% in the past 24 hours. $6.01 billion market cap. Still respectable, but a lot of room for that to fly still. Let's take a look at who are your top performers here, or who is your leaders in different categories here. On Mondays, I like to look at the 7-day view, and we'll do that right now. Your top AI agents by market cap, it is, no surprise here, Fartcoin on top, followed by Ket, Fei, Toshi, and Turbo. On the infrastructure side, it's FET, Virtual, AI16Z, Prompt, and Ask Venice. And then on DeFi, it is Venice on top there, followed by Hey Anon, Olas, Cortex, and Griffane. And then we're going to peek at Mindshare. Who are people talking about over the past 7 days here? It's still Fartcoin on top. Wayfinder with their prompt token after their TGE last week. A lot of drama around that, actually. A small update on them here in a moment. We have Kaya, AIXBT, and then Virtual. So there you go. It's all, if you're decently plugged in, you've been hearing about all of them plenty. So seeing them ranked like this, it's probably no surprise to you. Now we dial it in a little bit closer. I'm looking at some of my favorite tokens out there. AIXBT, first and foremost, down over 10% in the past 24 hours, $70.2 million market cap. And then Venice, 57.3 mil market cap, down over 5%. My favorite, this is my favorite of all those AI tokens, not counting the Swarm. But there's GOAT, $50 million market cap, also down 10%. So you can see the AI sector taking a bit of a hit here in the past 24 hours at least. Now, Fartcoin, there's your exception. He is still up, juggernaut, just an absolute juggernaut, up over 5%, back over a 900 mil market cap. You see him at 905 and a half mil, getting really close to $1 billion market cap again, which is it's kind of shocking. And then, guys, I used to end this on ARK, and I do want to check ARK often enough, but I like Wayfinder a lot. I think they have a special project. I think they have a special kind of attention. So I think I'm going to start doing prompt in our daily check-in here again from Wayfinder. You see them here down 25% in the past 24 hours, down to an $83.4 million market cap. So I'm going to check in on that often. The reason I look at some of those tokens specifically is I think they're a good temperature check for the rest of the space. Just knowing the space, I know what people are paying attention to, and a lot of those right there are those top tokens, at least that the right audience is paying attention to. So there are temperature check for this space. Again, that's why I think I'm going to start throwing prompt in there. Now, about prompt, a lot of FUD last week with that TGE, some pretty serious issues during the token claim. At this point, mostly past the FUD, mostly past the finger pointing of where was the issue and whose fault was it? Was it Wayfinder or was it Cato? So mostly past that. And at this point, Wayfinder's still looking for ways to, maybe make things right or a little more fair. In this case, specifically for people who stake their token, their prime token, to earn this prompt token. So they're going to continue to distribute this prompt token to prime stakers here, as many weeks as you state your prime is how many weeks you're going to continue to receive prompt rewards, which I really, really like. Take care of your community, keep them fed, keep them happy, and make sure the people who, had some skin in the game, make sure they're taken care of, maybe above people who are just putting the tweets out there like they were doing with the Cato partnership. I like that a lot. Now, there's FUD coming out here from other directions. And by the way, this tweet here, I don't necessarily agree with the spirit of it, but I do want to point something out here. So here's a comparison of Hey Anon and AI Wayfinder, two DeFi products that will kind of act like your personal teller, your bank teller, but on the blockchain. They'll route funds for you. They'll convert to different tokens. They'll bridge. I really think they're useful products. But Goon Hero, who I like the account, by the way, like funny content, insightful stuff, but pointing out that, hey, Anon maybe has a leg up on Wayfinder, but Wayfinder's got a significantly higher market cap. To me, that just shows the power of Cato. Cato brought all kinds of attention and mindshare and new users to that Wayfinder platform. And for me, that's the real takeaway here, is how important the mindshare metric really, really is. Now, I think the Wayfinder product is going to be killer. I think it is already. So, which of those two is the winner? I think there's enough room for both of them to win, but Cato is what I'm stuck on. People talking about your product is what matters just more than anything. And with that said, guys, there is a new AI product that has a Yaps leaderboard. That's the Cato Yaps platform. It's Theory IQ. Theory Q, well, whatever. It's one of those. But this is another new AI agent protocol. In fact, this is a Swarm protocol that will be launching their token soon. And now they have a Yaps leaderboard. So if you're on X, if you're staying plugged in with AI, you should definitely expect to see that name popping up more and more and more on your timeline. Reason being, people are incentivized to tweet about it. Top tweeters and people who engage are probably going to get a token drop. So you might see tweets from me about that product here too. I would love a little stimmy as well. So keep your eyes out for that. But again, if you see it, now you know why. And in the case of Wayfinder, it really, really did pay off here. Now, one last thing on Theory Q. They put out a really interesting thread that it explains what they do, but for me, or I think for other people too, it'll help unlock what MCP is, Model Context Protocol. Okay. In that thread, they mentioned that MCP, there's a big unlock for people when OpenAI integrated MCP, and they called it the USB port for AI agents. That's a great way to put it. It's a great way to put it to understand what MCP is. Think of AI agents. You want them to do something for you, right? Like we want these to be autonomous. We want them to what? Navigate a website for us. One of them maybe to interact with whatever's your favorite platform. You want them to be able to automatically do that for you. How do they connect to it so they can actually use it? It's this USB-C port. It's MCP is how you connect agents to these platforms. So that explains MCP, but what exactly is Theory Q? Think of them like the USB port that connects agents to agents. You still need MCP to connect them outside, but internally, agents talking to agents, that's Theory Q. Okay, so just wanted to put that out there as far as what they are. Much needed product. You're going to see a lot of these swarms, by the way. I guess you could look at that as similar to Virtual's ACP. Again, also a swarm protocol. You're going to start seeing a lot of these, just like you're going to start seeing a lot of DeFi type tools, AI products, agents. So keep in mind, it's very competitive out there. And you're going to start seeing a lot of the same types of products. Everyone's going to have their own flavor of it. But even Google is coming out with their own agent-to-agent protocol, and it's actually called agent-to-agent. So they're getting in the game here too. We talked about this last week briefly, but this conversation's also picking up on the timeline. There's just, look, the agent token market cap is down, but that shouldn't, I don't want anybody to think that the agent meta was just that, just a meta and it's gone. No, it's going to be every bit as big as we thought it was. And when you see somebody like Google building out infrastructure to help expand the agent ecosystem, you better believe this is going to be here in a big, big way. So they got those big partners there, but just wanted to show again, Google full throttle in the direction of agents, and how it'll do, we'll see. Will it be adopted at the rate of MCP even more? Well, yeah, we will see. Shaw chiming in about this, though, saying that maybe try, this speaking to Google, build a useful agent before you come up with a standard for connecting those agents. I like Shaw. He's spicy. Look, I think there's people here who will build the infrastructure, build the rails, and other people will build the tools that'll live on the rails. So whatever. It's a fine take, but I happen to like that Google is here building out on the infrastructure layer here. So now you have MCP and you have agent to agent. It is interesting that this is two, as 7213 puts it, centralized monopolies. Google with agent to agent, Anthropic built MCP, and yeah, they're kind of leading, building these leading standards for AI. These connectors. It is interesting, but look, I love this takeaway here: distribution and utility. It beats anything and everything, and that's why those guys have a leg up, and why they're seeing adoption, specifically Anthropic's MCP. It probably will play out that way for A to A as well. So we shall see. In the meantime, Shaw, plenty busy. Well, he puts the spicy comments out there. I'm glad he does, because he's very he's prolific with what he builds in here. He knows his stuff in AI. And man, he's got a big product coming this week. The Eliza OS launchpad comes this week. It's called Auto.Fund. So yes, another launchpad for agent tokens. How will it do? With Shaw leading the charge there, I think pretty darn well. Okay, remains to be seen still, but be on the lookout for that. Some new agents launching this week with tokens that, look, some of them will probably cook just because it is touching Eliza OS and Shaw. There will be a lot of hype behind some of these, so keep your eyes on that. Again, Auto.Fund. I don't believe we have a specific date yet other than this week, but again, that is coming this week. Now, Compute AI will be launching on Auto.Fund. CZ AI will be launching on Auto.Fund. I don't know if this is a play on, Binance CZ or not. I just like it. I think it is a play on the CZ we know and love. Yes, so that launching on Auto.Fund as well. And then this one is interesting to me. Dog Life AI. I think your TLDR here is you take your pet and you turn it into an AI agent, and in a way, it just, your little guy or girl lives on forever. That's one of those things that maybe it sounds silly, but if you're a pet owner, I think you instantly maybe think it's not silly. It's a way to have your companion there forever. So I'll be watching that one when it goes live, and depending on costs and what it looks like, if you can digitize your pet, I might do that with mine. Make an AI agent of I've got cats. Maybe I make a couple AI agents of my cats, and they're always there. Anyway, I think it's interesting. That's launching on Auto.Fund here too. Maybe this week. We'll keep our eyes out for that. And then finally, in the Eliza OS ecosystem, they've updated their AI show. Yes, they have a show that is automated, but it got a buff here. Now pulls data from GitHub and Discord, I'm assuming from X. And so its data or its content, it's probably a little more timely, but because it has so much more data streams or feeds, it's probably just better in general, maybe even sounds more lifelike depending where it's getting it from. So a nice buff here for their show. What is that even called? Gosh, you know what? I'm not even sure the name of that show, but it's worth looking at so you get a feel for where AI content is at. This kind of content, the generative content, it's rough, but it's so much better than it was. If you think of like the Will Smith spaghetti kind of analogy, what that looked like a couple years ago and what it looks like today, we're in like the early Will Smith eating pasta time right here. It's clunky. You get what it is. And so when I watched this video, here, I'll play it for a second. Even
we're seeing some serious action in AI.
I don't think you can hear it, which is fine.
Indeed, Alch and Adjexty are showing notable activity in the Solana ecosystem.
Word is some traders got advice to sell half their figure holdings when they weren't sure about exit strategy.
Wise counsel in these
problems with the open.
You get the idea. You get the idea. It's pretty rough. It's kind of boring, but also I think it's pretty fascinating that AI content is even happening. And then we know just how the space grows. It's only going to get better. So big fan of that. I think that'll be great. Okay, moving on. Cons from Acolyte. They've been really, ramping up the promotion for their new product. And that product is here officially today. It's called Signal. This is awesome. I could definitely use this. It is an agentic platform to help you grow your brand here on X for now. But man, who doesn't need that? This is an agent that'll tweet for you. And yes, we've seen a lot of that, but not with an agent that's trained, programmed, whatever, to actually grow your brand. It should be maybe the best tweeting agent, period. And by the way, maybe it doesn't look and sound like an agent. It sounds much more like a human. This is trained on viral tweets. This is trained on true marketing and branding. And so this thing should do a better job at getting your viral moments out there, maybe better than any agent we've seen yet. I like this a lot as somebody who struggles to tweet. as someone who, it's just part of my game I've never unlocked, and I have trouble understanding the right way to market. This just does it for you. And I think a lot of people are in the same camp as me. Something you wish you were good at, maybe you're not. And look, if you have a brand or a product you're trying to get out there and grow, you need it. So I see this as a very useful product. I'm certainly watching it. And we'll keep our eye. I have a feeling you're looking at a winner here. So this one, again, is called Signal. This is related to Acolyte, who, for the life of me, I'm trying to think if Acolyte is, by the way, in the Virtuals ACP in the Autonomous Media House. So we'll be seeing Acolyte here with the Virtuals ACPs very soon. In fact, maybe we'll get them on the show as well. Not in the trading fund or hedge fund trading DAO, but in the other ACP. Yeah, I would love to get them on the show, actually. Neurobro back with his daily update, announcing a new, well, they're calling it their new venture, newest venture at least, called Fix My Vibe. Vibe coding. I did it this weekend. I'm actually vibe coding now, which is, I'm not a coder, but I'm using AI to write code for me to help build something. And I'm building a website. I'm vibe coding it along the way, but I don't trust the code. In fact, often I'm given code by AI and it doesn't work. It happens a lot, right? People don't often talk about how still early AI is. You need things that can review your code and fix it if it's broken. Wake Hacker, that new EAO coming on to Vader, it does that. It audits contracts, right? This is very similar. Fix My Vibe. While Wake Hacker might not fix your code, it's going to point out errors, flaws, whatever, vulnerabilities. Fix My Vibe will actually work with you to fix your code. And if the AI itself doesn't fix it, they actually have AI engineers part of the project that will actually work with you to fix your code. So I really like that. Neurobro continues to have big updates. He went from being an AI tool or agent or product that I paid attention to when it was on the timeline, but I didn't seek out, to now I seek it out because I think he's just growing that skill set tremendously. Guys, keep your eye on Neurobro. I think he's legit. ChatGPT. You probably all played with it last month, right? I assume everybody here did when their image generation got that big old buff. We had that what was it called? Ghibli trend. Everybody making these little anime versions of, well, every photo you have. It was a hot thing for a minute, and you see here based on the charts, the most downloaded apps last month, it was hot across the world. It was the #1 app on the Apple App Store. I'm talking ChatGPT. It was #3 on Google Play. And then combined, yes, just by a mile, the top downloaded app last month. Can they keep up that momentum? I sort of think so. Okay. Sam Altman announced yesterday that they have a lot of stuff coming this week, and they're starting it here today. And so did they deliver us anything quite yet? They sure did. They sure did. Now, this ain't for me. This is not a product for me. But they announced GPT 4.1 Mini and Nano available in their API. Okay, only in the API. You can't go on ChatGPT and utilize these. This is completely API accessible models here. But the first update, we're assuming, of many this week. Sounds like every day this week we're getting some kind of update. So keep your eyes out for that. Of course, I'll keep you plugged into whatever develops from those guys. Grok had a big moment as well here over the past few days. Actually, Mario Nafal saying he made AI history, scored a 100% on a hardcore reasoning test. He did something apparently no other model is done here. Aced a very, very difficult AI test here. A 120 out of 120 on the Marcus problem. They take sentences and they shuffle them, trying to trip up inference, the way that these try to predict those answers. If they're giving you info out of order, maybe they're going to get it wrong. Grok didn't. 24 out of 24 on the Alice Plus test, designed with irrelevant noise to throw the models off course. Didn't throw Grok off course. And then a 24 out of 24 on high difficulty mixed challenges, and apparently even GPT 4.5 and Gemini 2.5 Pro didn't get a perfect score there too. So Grok's doing his thing. He's a serious model. And I like Grok. I use Grok often too. And we'll end here, something I touched on earlier. We talk about a lot of things here that sound familiar, like a new agent or a new platform or a new product, even protocol like these MCP or A to A, these swarms. Like, yeah, I know they're building it, but aren't these guys building it? And aren't those guys building it too? And isn't that guy building it? Like, do we have 10 of these now? And in some of the agent cases, don't we have 100 of these? And the answer is yes. We got news that Canva's building out its own AI code generator as well. And again, you just start thinking, well, everybody's making code generators. Everybody's making swarm protocols. Everybody, right? They're all doing it. That's fine. So I want to put this on your radar just to say, just like early days of NFTs, like the crazy meme coin time we had last year, You're going to see a lot of copycat stuff. Just remember how those play out. Most of them don't survive. You're seeing exactly that play out in AI. A lot of copycat stuff. A lot of you build a low-hanging fruit because the opportunity's there for any of these to be big winners. If you put the right time and passion in it and you market it well, you could be the one that ends up winning and leading. And maybe there's room for lots of these to survive. But the point here is be careful. Be careful. Many of these will not survive. But with that said, I root for them all, especially if they're more useful. We'll see what this ecosystem looks like here. Probably just even a few months out. It will change drastically. Safe to say that. All right, guys, there is your update for today. One last time, make sure you hit the like before you leave. Subscribe to Crypto Slam over on YouTube. And then yet again, a reminder about our show tomorrow. You definitely don't want to miss that one. That'll be us live here with the Loki crew. Okay, that's another AI platform and another AI agent who is in the ACP swarm with our swarm. So we'll get the devs talking. Look, I'm there in case they get too technical. I'm sure they will. I'll ask the questions that we all want to hear about, but we'll let them mostly do their thing, and I can't wait to hear it. Guys, remember, tweet out your clips. Make sure you tag the swarm. I'm going to pick my favorite and get some swarm over your way. To that point, guys, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you.